Hey, my beautiful dantees, tell me what's crack-a-lackin'? Yes, today is the day. I promised you guys that I was gonna tell you the story, right? If you watch my vlog, it's a vlog and it's the first vlog on my channel. If you haven't seen it, you can stop this video and go watch that vlog first. So I said in that vlog that I promised you guys that I was gonna tell you the story about my crazy neighbor. And a lot of you in the comments did say you really want to hear about it. I don't even start. I'm not even sure if I'm a good storyteller, but I'm gonna try as much as possible to share this with you guys. If you watch my videos, you know that I just moved into a new apartment. Like, it's a year and few days now, like a year and probably 2 weeks today. You know how when you move into an apartment, the landlords don't tell you anything. They don't tell you shit. They don't care about you really. All they care about is their money. So the day I came to sign the lease for this apartment, because usually you sign a year lease with the landlord and all that stuff, that means that the minimum you can stay in, you're gonna stay in this apartment is a year. You can't get out between the year. The day I was coming to lease this apartment, all of a sudden I just heard a huge noise from above me, like footsteps that was really heavy footsteps. And I was like, hold on. And by the way, this is my first apartment. Like, I've been living on my own. I've been paying my own bills since what, like 2010, which is 6 years ago. But the previous place I was living was actually someone's basement. I was still paying my bills, but it's someone's basement, so we were basically sharing the kitchen and sharing the bathroom. So this is my like real official apartment, whereby I have my own bathroom, my own kitchen. I ain't sharing anything with no one. Anyway, so like I was saying, the first day I came to sign, I had that loud footstep. I'm like, wait, you did not tell me that this building is not soundproof. Like, not only is the whole building not soundproof, the floor, because I'm on the bottom, so it's a two-story building. There's two people above me, there's someone above me. I'm like, you didn't tell me that the floors above me, it's not even soundproofed. Like, that's horrible. Like, you can hear everyone's footstep. Like, that's how bad it is. And she was like, oh, it's okay, it's just the kids. Because the previous person that was above me had 2 kids, like little kids. They're like between the age of, I think, 4 to 7. And she was like, oh, it's okay, they're going to school. Like, it doesn't go on like this all day. And plus, the situation in which I moved out here, because I really had to move from where I was before within like a few days. So, and I already found this apartment. I was in love. So when that happened, I was taken back. Okay, I was like, oh my god. But then there was really nothing I could do. Like, I can't go back and start looking for a new apartment and all of that stuff. Like, I ain't got time for that. So I'm like, okay, she said it's no big deal, that's fine. Anyway, I moved in and she lied to me, because the people above me, like I said, had 2 kids. You know how the kids between like 4 to 6 act, like they run around and stuff. So you know how it is when people are running above you. Like, it was crazy. It was so much noise. Like, I couldn't even sleep when I come home. Like, it was that horrible. But like, that wasn't bad enough. They had 2 dogs. Oh my god, the dogs were as crazy as the owners. That was when I believed, when people used to say, like, dogs take the personality and the characteristic of the owner. Those dogs were insane. They were crazy. One of them would bark from morning till night. Not because there were people there, because the owner, this lady and her boyfriend and her 2 kids, they would leave the dogs in the house for like 3 days, 4 days, 2 days. They would lock the door in, no one there. So the dog would basically bark the whole freaking day. No matter how many days the dog is locked in there, it would bark all day. So basically, there was no sleep for any one of us in this apartment. Like, this building had no rest, no peace, nothing. This went on for so long. We told the landlord said they were going to speak to him, blah blah blah, or that we should call the animal enforcement or whatever and report her. Anyway, to cut the long story short, I think someone I'm not sure if it's one of the people in this building or the street or whatever, called the animal people and they came and investigated or whatever. Anyway, the whole story is that they moved out. She moved out, and when she moved out, honey, the building celebrated. There was a lady. I have a neighbor above me, like not above me, yeah, she's above me, but on the other side, who was really happy. She knocked on my window like, oh, they moved out, they moved out. I'm like, yeah, chill, okay, I saw them, thank you very much. The apartment above me was empty for like probably 5 or 6 months. So for those 5 to 6 months no one was above me. Oh my god, it was heaven. Like, I even liked this apartment more because it was quiet and peaceful. So I think after 6 months or 7 months later, I'm not sure exactly when the new neighbors moved in. They were above me, but they moved in and all that. The reason why I knew somebody else moved in was there were a lot of movement above me. They were dragging stuff. The whole place was just loud. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's cool. They just moved in, and you know, things are gonna get better. Obviously, when you just move into somewhere, like, you're dragging stuff, your furniture and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give them few weeks, oh hell no, few days, that it was gonna get better. They were gonna stop dragging and stuff, and they're gonna consider the fact that there's someone below them. It didn't stop. The dragging, the running didn't stop. And I'm like, they do realize there's someone living below them, right? And obviously there's someone living above them too, so they should feel what I feel, because, you know, it's hard wood floor, so hard wood floors make a whole lot of noise, right? Oh, excuse me. I'm making a video right now, so can you need them in a couple weeks? Alright, sorry about that. So usually the way I make them know that they're making too much noise is I'll probably hit on my cabinet. There's someone below you, stop running around. So apparently I think they have a 3-year-old that, oh my god, the 3-year-old is notorious. Like, I've never seen a child that notorious. So I'll keep on hitting the wall or whatever. They would not listen to me. They kept making a whole lot of noise. And usually I work full-time job, right? I want to come home and probably nap sometimes or sleep at night or whatever. I wasn't getting none of that. I was so angry one day because I've done everything I could, right? Like, usually from down here, I've hit the cabinet, I've hit the roof. Like, can you please calm down and can you make it stop? Like, you guys have moved in here for like 2 weeks or months now. Like, at least you should have finished moving in. Why are you making so much noise? Like, the dragging is what drives me nuts. Like, the drag thing. I don't know what the drag. Maybe they're dragging all the burdens in their life. I don't know. I wrote a note. And that note, oh my god, I really wish I kept that note. And on that note, I remember that I wrote, since you guys moved into here, you guys have made my life so miserable. Like, why are you guys so mean? Can you stop making us, can you stop dragging things so much, please? And thank you. Like, I would really appreciate it. But if you guys fail to stop making so much noise, I'll be forced to call the authorities on you. This was what my letter says, if I can remember precisely. So, and I slide it down under the door, under their door. So a few minutes later, and I was really livid then, I was really angry. A few minutes later, they came, I heard a knock on my door, but I didn't open it because if I opened, I knew it was probably going to escalate into something really, really horrible. I wrote a note and stick it down my door because my own door doesn't have a hole where you can slide down the paper. So he put it on my door with a tape for everyone to read. Whoever is passing by the corridor will read. The boyfriend, I think it was the boyfriend that wrote, you have a 3-year-old and you're so rude or whatever. They said some really mean things on the paper. Oh, when I read that, oh Charlie, thank God. I'm just gonna say thank God for Jesus, because if not for Jesus, honey, I ran up. I'm the kind of person, when there's a problem, I will face it. Like, before, I used to run away. When I used to be younger, when I had no self-esteem, I would run away, or I would cover it down. But apparently the real me is not like that. When I realized who I really was, I'm the kind of person that I will face the battle. I don't know who you, I don't care who you are. I went and knocked on the door, and like, so when I knocked on the door, a woman opened the door. So apparently that was the girl, that's the girl. I held the paper and I was like, this. And she was like, oh, that was my boyfriend that wrote it. And then here comes one big, he has a long hair, is the bigger guy and big anyway. So and he was like, what did it even, what was the exact, I was furious at this point, so I can't remember exactly what it is. And I said, I probably said, what is this or something like this or something like that, and it was like, I don't know, but all I remember is it's escalated really quickly. Oh my god, people, all I knew is that all of a sudden we started yelling at each other, and it was like 2 people against me. Sorry that I talk so much with my hand, like, what is this? Jesus, take the wheel. Like I was saying, I think escalated so fast. We were screaming and yelling. So eventually the guy, I was arguing with the guy, and then he slammed the door. I took the letter that he wrote me and slid it back under his door, and then I came back down the stairs and came into my apartment. And then I think he was still angry, and then he kept like hitting his leg on the floor, on the ground of the apartment to make me more mad and whatever. And I kept hitting my, oh my god, like I have not been angry like this in so long in my life, since like I've been serious with God. Like that man died long time ago, but the evil man in me resurrected back. So as it was hitting the floor, I was hitting the cabinets, like hitting it hard. You're not gonna let me have peace, you ain't gonna have peace either. Then the war is on. And I had a client that day, and this was like 30 minutes before my clients came in, because you know I do have clients, I do hair and stuff. So I told myself, like, I had to calm down before this person comes. I don't want them to come here and feel like this is a crazy person, like what's going on. So I had to calm down for my client's sake. In 10 to 20 minutes that this incident happened, that I had this confrontation. Client was here, I was doing my client's hair. I had a knock on my door, and it was the popo, and he was like, oh, can I come in? And remember the notes that I said I wrote them. I told them that if they do not stop, I was gonna call the authority on them. So they took my idea and called the popo on me instead. One cute policeman in uniform, if you know what I mean. I was like, hi, I may help you. And it was like, oh, can I come in? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like you can come in because I have a client right now and I'm doing their hair. So it was like, okay, can I speak with you for a few seconds? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So I stepped out my door, and then it was like, oh, the people above me called the police on me, like what happened. So I explained everything that happened to him. I think I told the police guy about how I wrote them a note and everything, and he was like, yeah, that he saw the note, that they showed him the notes. It's to know that these people are dummies. I told him, I'm like, I'm not a troublemaker, like you can ask about all the other tenants in this building. Like I go to work, come in, do my stuff. Like I just wanna come home and relax and have fun and have rest in my home, right? So the police was like, oh, that's, yeah, like, yeah, he totally understands that. He saw the note. Then it was funny because the police guy actually took my side, and I'm sure it's not because, oh, she's probably because I'm a lady or whatever, or shit, or maybe, oh, look at this pretty lady. No, I wasn't even dressed. I'm not even sure what I dressed. I looked like that day, boy. I wasn't even all glammed up like this or whatever. No, so I wouldn't say that was why he was on my side, but he was on my side. And he was like, yeah, I understand. Like, it asked me what kind of noise they make. I told him and everything. He was like, yeah, so that please, that I should try and calm down, that he's gonna actually talk to them. I'm like, I actually really don't blame them. I know the building is bad, the building has no sound system, but all I ask for is be considerate. That's all I ask for. If I know you're trying not to make noise, like, why will I, what the heck? Like, just because they just didn't give a shit. Like, after I've knocked on the door, after they didn't care that I was human living below them. Like, they didn't really care. That was what drive me nuts. I'm very, very tolerable. Like, I have high tolerance. Like, I've gone through so much shit in my life that I'll do a whole lot of tolerance. My tolerance level is really high compared to other people. Like, the things I can take. But when that tolerance level is crossed, I get scared. I get scared of getting angry. Like, I get scared. It's like I'm a totally different person. But anyway, while I was talking to the police guy, there were like a lady, I think 2 ladies were walking from out the outside door and was walking towards us, and they were like, oh, are you the one harassing my son? I just didn't even give them a face. I'm like, I don't even have the time. I didn't say anything. And the police guy was like, oh, wait, stop, you cannot say that. Can I talk to you for a few seconds? Anyway, I came back into my apartment and started doing my client's hair, and then that's how that we left that at. So after the conversation with the police guy, did they really stop? No. No, not at all. That is when you know that these people are psycho, like crazy, like they just don't care. And that's what actually really, oh my god. And I know you're probably asking, why don't you move out? Like, I can't really move out because this is only a few months to me moving in here. Moving was stressful. Like, I already invested in here. I mean, like, I really like this place. I didn't have the go ahead from God that you move out, like, because I don't do anything by myself without consulting God first. I wasn't getting the go ahead from God that, oh yeah, it's time for you to move over. That might sound like, what the hell is she talking about? You might not understand, but I know what I'm talking about because everything I do involves God. Moving into this apartment involved God. Like, I called the landlord. I'm like, these people that you just brought in, can you come talk to them? They're making so much and they're making life so miserable for me, blah blah blah. So the landlord said they were going to talk to them. They spoke with them, they talked to them and everything, and nothing changed. Well, it kind of changed a little bit for like few days, because apparently I'm like, first of all, why, I told the landlord, like, why will you bring people that have little kids into this place? Because you already know that the building is horrible when it comes to sound. The floor, you guys have no soundproof on the floor, so any little noise you're gonna hear it. And they were like, oh, these people, that actually didn't tell them that they had kids or that they had a kid. Fast forward to like probably a month or 2 months after that happened, also they started this rubbish again. Okay, you know what, so again I reported them to the landlord. Again, the landlord spoke to them the second time. You know what the landlord told me to do? She's no, okay, it hasn't even come to that. What I do when this noise becomes unbearable, I plug in my speaker. Like, my speaker is really loud just to distract me, to distract the noise away. You play music so loud, and I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. I didn't give a rat ass. I didn't care if the whole building was shaking. So one of those that they were making so much noise, I turned my music on. Was so angry that day because they woke me up from my sleep. Because not only can I not sleep during the day, I couldn't sleep during the, I couldn't sleep in. Like, once it's early in the morning, these people are already making so much noise. So it was one of those days that I was trying to sleep in and I was so tired from work, and the noise started, and I had to go to work the next day. I left my music on, and usually when I play the music, it's non-stop because I play the music from YouTube. You know how YouTube has the autoplay? I was so angry that I left everything on. I left the radio in my room on, I left the music in my living room on so loud, and I walked out and went to work. So like an hour later, I saw missed calls on my phone. The landlord had called me and all of that, and left me a voice message about how the whole building is complaining that the lady that's above the person that's above me is complaining about, because she has a child or she has a baby, and then the whole building is shaking, blah blah blah. And the thing is, I've been trying to get the attention of the landlord. I've been trying to get the attention of the landlord. I've been trying to get the attention of the police again. Like, I wanted someone to call the police all over again so that I can explain my situation of why I'm acting that way. So I was like, today somebody will give me attention. Is that the police comes again or the landlord comes again or whatever? That was the plan for that day. Thankfully, when I go home, the autoplay on the YouTube, I don't know, something happened to it, so my computer was on sleep mode. And that day in the evening, she came in and she was like, oh, so what really happened that I left my music on so loud? Like, people in the building, like my neighbors came to knock on my door, I didn't open the door, and probably realized that I've gone to work and all of that stuff. And so I explained to her what happened, that these people are driving me crazy. So for me to get over the noise, I had to increase the volume. And I got so angry. I'm like, when you guys bring people in, do you not care about your other tenants? Like, I know you guys only care about money, but do you not care about us? To screen people that you bring into your old building. Like, they were like, oh, but it's really hard to like kind of know if someone is a good person. Like, she was gonna go back to talk to them. That was the third time that she would go back up there and talk to the people, and then she said she told them that if she should come one more time, if they've been reported, and if she come one more time, that she was going to ask them to move out. Oh, and then she came back down to, you know what she told me? She said if they're making so much noise, instead of me turning the music on and disturbing other neighbors, that I should take a long broom. She told me to take this thing, this is a broom, I should just take the broom and hit it on the roof. They did not change after everything, after the call, the popo has spoken to them, after the landlord has spoken to them like 2 to 3 times. After all of this, so one day I was planning to sleep in on a Sunday. I think I was supposed to go to church, but I did not go to church that day because I was so tired. I was trying to sleep in. All of a sudden, I just had loud footsteps. The weird part right now about this video is like they actually might be hearing me say this story, and they might be hearing me right now. That's the weirdest part of this video right now. But really, I don't give a shit. Then the guy was coming in from, I don't know where he was coming from, but he probably came in really mad. And I kind of realized he has anger issues. Like sometimes I hear him like knock the wall or throw things against the wall or something and swear so loud. So I think it's one of those that I was having his tantrums, and all of a sudden I just heard a loud bang. Like, wow! I'm not sure if he threw something or he hit on the wall or hit or whatever, I'm not sure. So I got up from my bed. I took my broom and hit the roof so hard. Like I didn't care if this roof were gonna fall off on top of my head. I just did it because I was really angry. And all of a sudden, I heard him swearing so loud from above. Like he opened this door and I heard him swearing so loud. I'm not sure what he was really saying, and I was ready to mess this guy up. Like I didn't care. I didn't flipping care what was gonna happen. I heard him go back in and then came back out, and in few seconds I heard bah, 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 on my door. And I knew it was him, obviously, but because I'm a dummy and my anger had blinded my face that day and I wasn't thinking straight. When things like that happen, when a stranger comes to you like that and hit on your door, you do not open up. So I took the broom like I'm like, I'm gonna break your head today. So I opened the door and it was yelling and it was like, why did you hit the roof? I'm like, because it kept yelling at each other. I'm like, because you made so much noise. This went on for a few seconds and he was like, well, I did not hit the floor. I did not throw something on the floor. Like I hit my chair. I'm like, you hit your chair and it made that much noise. And all of a sudden, before I knew it, I didn't see him holding eggs. Like this guy was holding eggs, like raw eggs. All of a sudden what I knew is I saw he stepped back and he threw an egg at me. When he threw the egg, it missed me. It went right ahead, like when it threw at me, so the egg went like this and hit the wall and splattered all over the floor and whatever. And apparently had a second egg, but like I said, when you're angry, anger is a bitch, man. I didn't even know you threw anything the first time. It was after that I played again in my head that I realized that he actually threw 2 eggs. I thought he threw 1 egg, but before I could react to that, he took the second egg and threw it, and when he threw, he hit me on my forehead, and it was like egg, like raw egg dripping all over my face. And at that moment, I wanted to, so immediately did this. He was walking towards the stairs to go back to his apartment or to go out or whatever it is. Like he was basically a sissy. He was like running away. That happened. I really wanted to run after him, take the broom or whatever and slam it on him and act like I was ready to pull his leg off those stairs and beat the shit out. Like he was a big guy. Like he, you know, all this Oyinbo people, he's a big guy. But seriously, I'm a Niger girl, okay? I've been in a fight before. Like pull his legs off the stairs and like slam something on him, like show him all the angers I've been going through. But something held me back. I remembered my parents, I remembered my family, I remembered the fact that if I do that and what if he passes out or if he dies or something and they blame it on me, and I wasn't ready to go to jail. I knew I have a destiny to fulfill. I knew I had videos to make for you guys. I wasn't ready to go to jail, okay? So I was smart about it. When that happened, I was if the usual me, if it was the old Tammy, I would have gone for him. I don't care if he's gonna beat me, but I'm gonna show that I do something, leave a permanent mark on his body. But I just knew that the Holy Spirit, no. Now I'm a really changed person, and I give all glory to God, man. And the reason why I was like that is because I used to be a really angry child. I've been through so much in my life that I used to be so angry. So I don't use like the old me. I usually don't talk. Like, people think I'm quiet, but under that quietness, I was angry. But Jesus saved me and made me a better person, and my personality came out. Like, I knew who I was. I found myself. I found my voice. And I hope as we go on this channel, like, you know more about my story and everything, and I hope I will be an inspiration to other people. But I mean, it was in Niger. Oh, you know, in Niger now, I'm more fight on the street. So many fights on the streets. You fight and then you go home and sleep. But over here in this country, this is Canada, honey. Like, any single thing, they won't even ask that it was their fault or whatever's fault, that if something happens to him, like, I didn't want to go to jail. So I don't know what held me back. Instead of me running towards him and doing him harm, I just stood straight at my door and I started laughing. And so as he was walking up the stairs, and then I yelled, I'm like, get ready to go to jail. And he was like, good. And I started laughing and I just slammed my door. Called the police. I explained what happened to them. They asked how it looks, and then when this happened, when I said ready to go to jail, and then I think he heard me like calling the police and talking to the police on the phone, and I heard him, I heard and saw him like walking out the building. Like, he was running, like not really running, but he was walking really fast out. I don't know, like he was running off the building. Anyway, I called the police. I told them about everything that happened. They asked about his description, they asked about his unit number and everything, and I told them. And the police was like, if this person is coming back, if you think they're coming back to harm you or to whatever, call 911. Like, if you think if they come back to knock on your door, call 911 or try not to open the door. But for now, like, I told him that I still had egg all over me, all over my apartment. He was like, if you can clean up and everything, that the policeman is gonna come between few minutes, that if I can clean up. I'm like, I'm not gonna clean up. Like, if it takes you guys 10 hours to get here, this egg is gonna be all over my face and all over the floor so that you guys can see it. And then I recorded it. I took a picture, and which I'm going to insert now. Yeah, I know I look like a crazy person in there, like, or whatever. I went up to the neighbor that I said I usually talk to, because I just wanted there to be a witness to it, because I didn't want it to be only me. She does know that the people opposite her does make a lot of noise too. I think like it took like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then the same police guy that came when they called the popper on me was the same police guy that came when I called the police. So this time around he came in, because obviously I didn't have a client this time. So he came in and I told him everything that had happened. Like, he's like, what is his name? I'm like, I don't know what his name is. He was asking me what the name of the guy that threw egg at me was, but I think he now said his name. He said his name is Nick. So he's like, so what happened after that? I'm like, I saw him like walking out the building, like he disappeared. And then the policeman was like, what a jerk. Like, what man does that? Like, you throw some egg at a woman and then you just run away? Like, you're such a jerk. And then we're laughing about it, and I'm like, yeah man, like, I don't even want any trouble. Like, I just want to live in my apartment in peace. I want him to live in peace. I want everyone to live in peace. Like, I'm not cut out for this and stuff like that. And then he was like, the other time that he came, that he actually spoke to them really well. Like, he spoke to them so good that he thought that would fix it. The policeman was like, this is actually harassment. Like, I could charge him to court and stuff like that. But he's like, I don't want you to bother about like charging him to court. So instead of you going through all that stress, he's like, what do you want? I'm like, I just want peace. I just want to live in my apartment in peace. I just want to come home and sleep and be in peace. I don't want to have any trouble with anyone. I just want peace. That's what I asked for. He was like, oh yeah, like, yeah, he totally understands. He's like, poor girl, like, yeah. I'm like, man, can you imagine? So we were laughing about it, like, and stuff like that. And it was like, so since he spoke with them before and that didn't fix that, he's definitely gonna be evicted of the building. Hi, by the way, my name is Tammy. He left. So that is what happened. I didn't charge him to court, obviously. And the funny thing about it is, they didn't move out. They still live there. They still live above me. The same people are still living above me. I think, oh, and then I called the landlord. I told the landlord about what happened, and then she was like, make sure you get the case number from the police, so that if they don't move out, then she's gonna use the case number against them in court. Like, she's gonna take them to court or whatever. But I think what probably happened was, they probably gave them an eviction letter, maybe from the police. I'm not really sure how this really works, if they're getting the eviction letter from the landlord or from the police. But I have a feeling they probably got the eviction letter from the police, but they do not want to move out because they really like that apartment, because it's been 10 times better. Like, no, they've been, like, seriously, I'm actually impressed. Like, they've really changed a lot. Like, and I can see they're putting so much effort in not making a lot of noise. I know for the fact that they know that if they don't stop making noise, I can call the police again and they will definitely be gone. So then, but I have every power right now, like, to evict them of this building. Like, I just have to call. All I need to do is call the police one more time, and they will be gone. So I think they're trying to avoid that, which is why they've been really good. These people have been really good. Like, and I know probably some people are like, why didn't you, like, charge them to court or whatever? I didn't do all of that. All I did is I went on my knees. I actually went on a 3-day fasting. The Bible said the warfare are not carnal, but you're fighting against principalities and power. Like, this is a point in my life where I'm trying to move closer to God, where I'm trying to pray. I went on my knees. I went on a 3-day fasting and prayer. Like, I'm like, enough is enough, Lord. Like, God, I need you to avenge me right now. Like, I need you to, like, I'm not even going to fight this battle by myself. Fighting a battle by yourself is just a waste of time, waste of energy. Like, when the Lord fights for you, can you know, just like, you know, you are God's creation. But when the Creator himself fights for you, take 1 second and digest that for 1 second, because the Bible said, the word of the Lord says, vengeance is mine. The Lord said, vengeance is mine. And like, I was actually looking up lawyers to sue these people, but then I heard a voice in my heart that says, do you want to keep fighting, or you want me to fight for you? Because if you want to keep fighting, go on and fight. I know I'm turning this into something religious, but it's really not. Like, this is my life. God is a huge part of my life. But I heard that, if you want to keep fighting this, then you can go on. You will fight endlessly. Or do you want me to fight for you? Remember, vengeance is the Lord. When I heard this message, this voice, because we all have several ways in which God talks to us, right? When I heard this, I just stopped at a spot. I know when God is fighting for you, he's not a magician. It's not going to happen right now. Karma is a motherfucking flipping biatch. So, and I know that whatever you sow, you will reap. What goes around comes around. And to take this battle with the physical, I took it spiritual. I'm like, enough is enough. Devil, you're not harassing me no more. But apparently, because I'm like, God, why will you bring me to a place that will give me so much headache, that will take my peace away and everything? Why will you bring me to this building in the first place? If you don't believe in God, you probably don't know what the heck what I'm talking about. Like, what the heck in shit is she talking about? I was angry at God too. Like, first of all, it was the flood. Now it's this. Like, what's going on? Like, I heard another thing that says, this is a lesson for you. It's part of your training. I'm like, wait, what? Sir, excuse me, sir, what, sir, what? Part of my training? What are you talking about? When you go through some things in life, is to make you stronger at that point. It's so that you can accumulate more attributes, more strength, more to make you stronger, a better person, you know, make you grow spiritually and physically. And that was part of the process, like, because God was like, if you cannot handle some people above you that's just making noise, how are you supposed to handle somebody that's in your face? He uses the foolish things to confuse the wise. And God's way are not our ways at all. No, no, no. And the message was just that I just got was like, this is a part of lesson for you. You need to learn patience. And that was something I was really struggling with. I won't lie to you. Like, you're learning patience. You're learning that the world doesn't evolve around you. And you're also learning to be considerate. The thing about God is, it's like a class. When you pass the class, you go to the next level. But when you don't pass the class, you don't fail. There's no failure in God's plan. If you fail in one, like if you don't pass the class, you take it all over again. So you keep taking it and taking it and taking it until you learn. Because I was ready to actually, first of all, I was like, I'm done. I'm moving out of this apartment. But then it was like, what if you move? Do you know if the neighbors you're moving to are going to be 10 times more horrible? The problem you have is not a problem. The problem is you need to learn, and you're not learning. And until you learn, you're still going to be facing this. And if you move, you might meet 10 times a horrible person. Where you're going to do my will or do your own will. But apparently that was part of his plan. He knew they were going to bring these people to come live. God knows everything that's going to happen way ahead of you. Well, I didn't know. That's why he said in his word that if only you could see through my eyes, then you will understand why so many things happen. And so many things happens in our life that we don't know why. We just think God really hates us so much. It's part of life. Like, so far you on this earth, there will always be trials and tribulations. But apparently that scenario was God trying to teach me to be a better person. He wanted me to learn patience. He wanted me to be more accommodating. He wanted me to be more considerate and not make the world all about me. And until I learned that, and until I learned not to fight my battles by myself, until I learned all those things, I didn't have peace. I'm telling you, I did not have peace. Because after that situation, after the police had promised when these people were going to be evicted, that they weren't evicted, there was still noise. But this time around, the way I handled it was totally different. My approach, the difference was, the problem was still there, but what changed was my approach, my attitude towards that problem was what changed. And until I gave the Lord my battles to fight, I had no peace. When people do evil to you, don't avenge. I'm telling you, leave it to, this is why you need, if you have no God in your life, I'm telling you, this is why you need Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Because usually if it was the old me, when that happened, the next day or that evening, I will go to the grocery store, buy 10 crates. I don't care, like spending my whole money. This is how it was playing in my head. I'll buy 10 crates of eggs, throw all the eggs in their kitchen, throw it at their door, throw it at their window, throw it at them. I will not sleep. Like, I will stand at the door of the flipping building and throw it at them when they, like, if I don't revenge, I will have no peace. That used to be me. That used to be me until Jesus changed me. Let the Lord fight your battle and see what the Lord is going to do. I'm telling you right now. So when that happened, it was like I just felt like I had power over these people. When I was talking to my neighbor outside, like my other neighbor, we were talking, and then this guy was coming towards us, and this guy almost walked into it. Like, no, not even almost walked, he walked into a plant. You can see the fear, the shiver all over him when he saw me. After like 2 weeks after that situation happened, all of a sudden I woke up that day. I was hearing so much noise. I actually thought they were moving out, to be frank. I thought they were, I'm like, God, you've answered my prayer, they're moving out now. But they weren't moving out. I saw them. I didn't do anything. I didn't cause anything. I didn't throw any eggs at them. I didn't revenge. And I'm not even saying that this is karma, or I'm not saying this happened to them because of what the guy did to me. I'm not saying none of that. But I'm just saying what happened. It's just part of the story. I just saw, like, there was an ambulance, and this was after I finished my 3-day fasting and prayer. I woke up and like I said, I saw an ambulance outside, so it was him. I'm not sure whatever happened to his girlfriend or him, but they were having a situation like I just saw that the ambulance like drove both of them away to, I don't know what happened exactly, and I think they probably were at the hospital probably for like 3 days. But since they came back, they've been a changed person. I don't know what happened to them. They're changed. If they make too much noise again, obviously I'm going to call the police. But they've not done none of that. I just let God handle it for me. And after they came back from the hospital, whatever happened to them, they've been peace. they try as much as possible not to make so much noise. Everything happens for good for those that fear know the Lord. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Let me tell you right now, I'm a work in progress. I feel like we're all a work in progress, but like I've learned so much in that situation. So much. I'm a better person. Things like that happen in the future anymore. It's what, because I've never experienced that before in my life, right? So when something is new to you, like you tend not to know how to handle it. What I learned from that situation. So every decision that happened, even if you don't believe in God, which I actually hope you do, and if you don't before, it would be wonderful if you give your life to Christ, because seriously it will open your eyes to so many things, because the Bible says the Lord will show you the secret things of this world. But even if you don't believe in God, try to see the positive side of things. Try to see like, what is life trying to teach me? What is the universe trying to teach me? So that is my story. I know this video is flipping long, please forgive me. I'm just a detailed storyteller. If you guys enjoyed this video, the story of my crazy ass neighbor. Alright guys, until I see you guys in my next video, no matter the situation that you're going through, it's gonna be over. It's just like a season, you know, season change. Summer comes and go, winter comes and go, everything comes and go. Nothing is permanent, never. Until I see you guys in my next video, remember, life is what you make it. Oh, dab.